Hello, everyone. So, today we are going to talk about the topic on the masculine wound and the fear of union. So, I thought I would do a mini series on topics that you guys have been emailing me about, asking me about. So, my first topic in this mini series would be when he runs. I'm going to talk about what happens when he runs, the masculine wound and the fear of union. So, this is the most misunderstood part of the twin flame journey. It's the moment that he runs, the moment where you think everything is going so perfectly, and then suddenly he pulls away, suddenly distances himself, and he seems to reject the love that you had been feeling that is destined to. So that's why we're going to delve deeper into why he does that and a little bit into what we feel as divine feminines as well. Because when this happens, we feel abandonment. To him, it's survival. But beneath all of that confusion lies a sacred truth. The divine masculine is not rejecting the divine feminine. He is rejecting the parts of himself he's not yet ready to see. So let's explore the masculine wound, the root of why he's retreating. The divine masculine carries ancient programming that equates love with losing control. From boyhood, he's taught this: don't feel too deeply, don't depend on anyone, strength means solitude. So when a soul deep love arrives, one that penetrates through his walls, it terrifies his ego. And the question is why? Because as the divine feminine, we just don't love our divine masculine. We can actually see through him. And that is what he's not able to understand when it happens. So he starts to fear what would it be like if he, just allows you in. That's why, remember, guys, the masculine wound is not a lack of love. It is a core belief that love will dissolve his identity. So that's the reason why when the divine feminine goes into a wounded feminine phase, she tends to question everything that's happening, not in a conscious or spiritual way, but rather the 3D programming tends to infiltrate into the core of our being, and we start seeing things very differently. So that's why when the masculine is wounded, often the feminine is also wounded because there's a mirroring going on. All right, let's go into a little bit on why he runs from sacred union. To the divine masculine, union means surrender. And surrender feels like death to his unhealed self. He runs because he feels unworthy. He wonders, how can someone so beautiful, so radiant want to be with him? He's afraid of truly being seen. So his biggest fear is, what if, as the divine feminine, we find out that he's not good enough? He doesn't trust love to last because everything that has been of great value to him, that has mattered to him in the past, has a tendency to leave. So he thinks that everything that matters always leaves. His nervous system isn't used to safety. So peace, the coming of home feeling, actually feels suspicious. This is why many divine masculines tend to choose karmic partners, because karmic partners tend to be predictable. A karmic partner doesn't activate his soul, whereas as divine feminines, you do. So remember, the karmic is comfort. Being a divine feminine, we actually like fire. And to face the fire, he must become the flame himself. So let's look a little bit into the hidden awakening within his retreat. So when he actually retreats and when he runs away, when the divine masculine actually pulls away, it looks like he's escaping. But in truth, his silence is deafening. It's actually very, very painful. So behind the scene, he's confronting inner shadows, shame, inadequacy, regret. He's rewriting what masculinity is about. Letting go of dominance, control, and fear. He's hearing your voice in his dreams. Memories are coming through. Energy. He feels overwhelmed, because he's not disconnected. He may have ran away from you, he may have blocked you, he may have cut you off in the 3D physical reality, but everywhere else, the connection actually deepens. And this is when he has trouble trusting his own heart, to believe that love does not equate to loss. This is when he starts to truly, truly go inward. And the divine feminine, as the divine feminine, we may not see it, but this is where his awakening begins. It's like we plant the seed and let him, grow. But if we keep looking at the seed, saying, hey, when is he going to grow? It's not going to work. So the important thing you must remember when he runs is that you're not being abandoned. You're being protected from a version of himself not ready for you yet. So it's important not to shrink to win him back, so drawing boundaries, seeing the thin line between disrespect and going with the flow. You got to pay attention to these details. Secondly, cleanse the space between the both of you so that he has got the power. He's got the power to grow in your absence. So, another thing you should not do during this period is, of course, chase. Because when you start chasing, you do not give him the space to actually grow and become the fruit, the potential, the seed becoming a tree and a fruit. You should not doubt your intuition because he is afraid of his own intuition. So when you doubt your intuition, you tend to do immense mirroring. You must stay rooted in your power. Keep expanding, not contracting. Know that his silence is not the end, but the pause between lifetimes. Always remember, you're not a face he will forget. You're the love that waits for no man, yet remembers every part of this existence. So remember, guys, when he returns, when the divine masculine actually comes back, and he will, it must be not because he's lonely, not because life got hard, but because he has become the man who can stand in the temple of your heart. And that's why reunion requires these three things: embodied masculinity, not fantasy; accountability, not apology; co-creation, and not control. So this is a mini discourse on what actually happens when your DM runs, and the masculine wound, and the fear of his union, and what it would be like when he actually comes back. So I hope you have enjoyed this mini discourse, and I'll come back with another one soon. All right, take care, and I'll see you all for the next discourse.